Chang-Tzu said that before there was planets, or before there was a universe, or before there was anything, there was just a black space. And they don't know where the black space comes from. There was nothing, but they don't know what made nothing. Right? So they didn't understand, you know, and what happened was, is, you know, is that the black space started to give. So even now, if you look at it on the earth, like it started to create things, it just gives, like whether you're a murderer or a thief or a fucking priest or a, doesn't matter what you are, the air gives, the trees are giving you the food. You just keep, it's like it's just giving all the time. The birds are flying, the birds are singing. It's constantly giving you stuff. The sun's shining, it's giving you. The universe is just giving you shit all day long, like every fucking day. You're just covered in shit that it's giving you. All this good shit, water, and we drink water. It gives us water, it gives us food, it gives us energy, it gives us warmth, it gives us fucking, you know, and that giving, you know, Chang-Tzu said if you emulate that, because it's you as well, you're part of it, like you're not separate from it, you are it. And if you emulate that giving, then there's something more satisfying about your life, you know, a life of giving. Before the stars and the planets came alive, there was a great black space without compromise, and it created everything that you see with your eyes, and nobody knows where it came from. It has always been the eternal sound. It was there before, it will be here when you're gone. So don't worry, 'cause you can have some of mine. One of the things I like about the Catholic religion, although I'm not religious at all, like, you know, so me saying that is, you know, I know people will be like, what are you talking about? But one of the things they did tell us that I liked, they told us to share. That was one of the things they always, my mum would say that to me all the time, you got to share. You have to share, you need to share, you got to share. Like, and the Catholics are big on that stuff. You got to lend. If you haven't, you know, give to those that haven't got any. Share. They're always saying that stuff, right? Share all your shit with people. Or basically, maybe they said it just to give all your fucking money to the church. I don't know. But the sharing thing I really liked, you know, that whole kind of, you know, helping out your fellow man and all that. So I'm a very generous guy like that. And my sister's very generous. My brother was generous, my family's generous, my nieces are generous, they're all, you know, we come from a very generous family. Like, if you come to our house, you know, we'll give you what we've got type of thing. And I think it goes back to that old Catholic religion. Have some of mine, sharing your life, sharing your love, sharing your time, there's nothing wrong.
So the track Have Some of Mine, for me, is one of the weirdest, oddest tracks on the record for me, just simply because of the associated place that I go to when we were working on it. Even now when I listen to it, I go to the same place in my mind with that song. I don't know whether if you're familiar with Carlisle. There's an area there called Kingstown, and just before you get to the motorway, there's an old gatehouse, a sandstone building that's had a few different sort of lives. It was HSBC Bank. It's a Subway now. But before that, I actually knew the old Coleman that lived there, Eric. And for some reason, don't ask me why, even 5 years ago, whenever I heard that song, I always went to that particular area of the world there, just in Kingstown.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Frankie. Happy birthday to you.
Blow it out, Frankie, blow it out.
He's bad at it. That's why I blew it.
Yeah! Right, let's get some cake. Come on. Have Some of Mine also has the best guitar soloing on the track. It doesn't. You might not think it might not think it is, because you've got to be subtle. If you're a subtle person, you'll know what I mean, because it's all about tone and touch. Like, it's like, that's the most skillful I got with the slide guitar. The rest of it, the rest of the album isn't as skillful as the Have Some of Mine solo. The solo on Have Some of Mine is far more skillful and far more subtle and musical, but you got to listen in. You can't just like listen to. If you listen to it, you'll be like, what the fuck. But if you listen in to the solo and Have Some of Mine, that's probably the one I'm most proud of on the album.
Finally come home.
But what was really, really weird about it is that, unknown to me, my sister ended up buying a house in that area 6 months ago. And when it happened, it was just one of the weirdest things, because why would I go there and then my sister moved to that area? It dumbfounded me completely when she announced that that's where she was moving to.
And one of the most disturbing things about going through what I'd been through is that I felt I had nothing to give. I was out of everything. Like all my resources had dried up. There was nothing. It's like, because when you shut down internally, then the world shuts down on the outside. And so, usually I'm giving like 24/7. I'm just piling it out, and it feels good to do it. And what usually happens is when you do that, not usually, always happens, is that the world shares with you too. So I've been a part of some of the most amazing things in my life because of the concept of giving and sharing with other people.
Sharing is a wonderful thing when you're homeless and homebound. Homeless and homebound. Who cares if you've got no money and your shoes are all worn down?
To think you've got nothing to give is a dreadful thing. It's a really awful thing, and that's why when you get on the take and you're taking stuff all the time, you don't get that wonderful warm feeling that you get from giving, because you're not emulating the black space that all those billions and trillions and zillions of years ago started giving back then and still gives to this day. Every fucking leaf that falls and every songbird that you hear sing, it's another form of that. It's that black space still giving, and you're a part of it. How about that?
Life starts when you're sharing your energy with everyone.
Don't worry, Dad. You can have some of mine.